price you're asking is outrageous.
Don't want to pay? That's fine. I'm sure I can find someone who'll meet my price over in Skywatch.
The green take you. I won't have those upland upstarts outselling me. Your price is met.
I've got a lot to do here.
The price you're asking is outrageous.
Don't want to pay? That's fine. I'm sure I can find someone who'll meet my price over in Skywatch.
The green take you. I won't have those upland upstarts outselling me. Your price is met.
Seems this is all I ever
Will
do.
this work never end?
The price you're asking is outrageous.
Don't want to pay? That's fine. I'm sure I can find someone who'll meet my price over in Skywatch.
The green take you. I won't have those upland upstarts outselling me.
Don't seem to be
Your
making
price
much
is met.
progress.
A fascinating application. Welcome. Are you here on Mage's Guild business? Yes, of course. We're lawkeepers across the face of Tamriel. Guild members seek out books, tomes, and ancient scrolls in their travels. Why don't you speak with me for a moment? Perhaps you'd like to join.
The system of inter-evocative hermetic...
Always good to speak with another knowledge seeker. Guildmaster Vanus will be pleased. We're book hunters of a sort. We seek out new information, capture it in our libraries, and make copies for distribution across Tamriel. The Guild doesn't care about battlefields or boundaries, just knowledge and the acquisition of new tomes. We provide training in unique spells and abilities only available to members. And from time to time, projects crop up for those with an adventuresome spirit. You may end up working with the Guildmaster himself.
Don't let this theory of
Excellent. You are now a student of the Mages Guild. Every book you find will now earn you reputation in the guild. I suggest you begin by talking to Velast, our mistress of Incunabula. She often has tasks for new recruits. Good luck.
Here you can see the third law of arcane pyrodynamics in action, class. Do not treat these
Did you come here for crafting certification?
Next time, welcome to our hall, the Fighters Guild. You should consider joining up. We have a new guildmaster and a new singular purpose. Why don't we talk for a moment? Excellent. I know we'll all be drawing blades together soon enough. Now, what can I tell you? Excellent. Right. Our new guildmaster is an Argonian, sees all colors. She has us all hunting down the Daedra and their damned anchors. You might have seen them. Enormous chains, plagues of Daedra boil out to lay waste. Ha! There's a good question. We train our... Then let me be the first to officially welcome...
The guild requests your help.
If you came for crafting certification...
Now, I know some of you are wondering why I ban necromancy in my classroom. Trust me.
You must be here. Crafting writs are daily... I'm authorized to train and certify provisionals, alchemists, and enchanters. If this interests you, we should begin immediately.
To draw magicka from the environment like this in the field. Disaster will be your...
Certainly. Please specify. I'm authorized to trade. Good. We should begin what... There is much more I can teach you. What else do you hope to learn from me? Enchanters harness the possibility of runes, transforming them into the certainty of glyphs. I'll teach you, but I can only focus on one certification at a time. Is this agreeable? Potency, essence, and aspect. All beneath the star... Absolutely, for such is the essence of enchanting. Runes of potency, essence, and aspect are the fundament. We begin at the enchanting table. There you will combine a rune of potency, essence, and aspect. This simple puzzle... Craft a glyph using a rune of potency, essence, and aspect. Return when you have forged intent into form. You should attach it to a... Your command of the crafts is impressive, but not... Alchemists are as with master chefs, every... Yes, Every alchemical mixture requires... There's a quiet area nearby with mountain flowers and... In the wilderness, you'll find herbs, flowers...
Dynamics in action, class. Do not treat these concepts lightly.
Fear not, featherless one. Your shinies are safe with me.
Locate a salt. An apprentice of mine tried to use seawater. Good. Now go to an alchemy station. Use a solvent and two differing Open your knapsack and place them in your mouth. The potions have far too many.
Now, I know some of you are wondering why I ban necromancy in my country. Trust me, the smell alone is worth steering clear.
Stingy.
I call this Shalador's legacy. The great man himself was the pioneer of this technique.
Your gold looks better in our...
Blend the solvents. Your potion. Your command of the crafts is impressive, but not yet in totality. I am still capable of instructing you.
Never, I repeat, never attempt to draw magicka from the environment like this in the field. Disaster will be your only reward.
A provision. Provisioning is a rewarding yet grueling profession. Gruel, you see. I am capable of levity, on occasion. First you'll... Yes, I hope you don't think it beneath you. As I keep an old rival's recipe nearby. Provisioners are quite secretive, but all is fair in brews and... Should coin be...
Dynamics in action, class. Do not treat these concepts lightly.
Roast pig. Now, the moment of truth. Go to a cooking pot.
Technique. Now, I know some of you are wondering why I ban necromancy in my...
Bring me your culinary creation so I might... Interesting scent. Do I... You show promise in every discipline I certify. Perhaps you seek to challenge...
Comrade, a word.
Let me know if you have some time. I can train and certify you in something else. A good woodworker sees the final product before cutting the first block of wood. But I can't teach two crafts at once. I want to know if you can craft a maple bow. First, go harvest some rough maple. You'll refine. Absolutely. Bows are challenging to craft. Show me you're up to the challenge and I'll bring the rough maple to a woodworking station. As long as you have enough, you can refine it into sanded maple. Craft a maple bow at a woodworking station. You'll need sanded. I prefer to work with maple. It's reliable. Craft a maple bow. Every race has a traditional. Craft a maple bow. A good bow will get you far in life. Excellent! Now we can talk about deconstruction. You'll regain some components, of course, but the real trick is to deconstruct another craft. Someone else's material, then you're up. It's a fancy way.
Stop. You pay the bounty, you go free. You do. Good. Carry on.
Keep those knees up and breathe. Can't fight danger if you're dead.
I've seen everything. Certainly. Let me know if you have some time. I can train and certify you in something. Prove you know your way around a forge and I'll certify you. I want you to craft a simple iron dagger. First you'll mine. Yes. You have to prove you know your way around a blacksmithing station. Bring the iron ore to a blacksmithing station. If you have enough, go to the blacksmithing station and craft an iron dagger. Craft an iron dagger. The trick is the style. Next is deconstruct. You certainly know. Of course. I'll get... There's only one more certification If you convince me you know how to use a needle and thread, I'll certify you. However, show me you can craft a pair of homespun gloves. First, Of course. It was the first trade I studied. I spotted some raw...
Stop a moment, please.
Raw jute is plentiful if you know where. Head to the clothing station and craft. Craft a pair. You know, I'm a master clothier. Wonderful. Now. You're more than capable. Already done. Truly, I never expected.
You are needed.
I brew fragrant elixirs in...
Going to have to shift all these if honest labor is its own rule. Have no fear. I'll get your shipment where it needs going. So many goods shipped. I'll go to the tavern after. Let me know if you sell those at market. My cousin could use a cent.
Deposit or withdraw? Your gold looks better in our vaults.
Too much to do and too little time.
This work never ends.
Let the cat fight those monsters! The island sprung a leak. Run!
Who wouldn't want such a cozy little home?
I see something within you, a glistening jewel ready to be polished, a passion teeming with brilliance, though not yet realized. Tell me, do you wish to be certified in jewelry crafting? A certificate. Simple ring. Yes, that task will be soon. Let's get started, shall we? After all, good polish takes time. First, you must gather the required materials needed to create your ring. A true artisan starts from scratch, after all. Pewter dust, of course. It's an important component of jewelry crafting. There should be a suitable supply of pewter dust just beyond the periphery of town. I shall await your excellent work, even now that you have the material. Unlike other well, do you have a ring? Not yet. We have so far only... Your bearing is most certainly. I hear you are now free to accept jewelry craft.
A request from the Office of Divine Prosecution. Animal handling desired.
Over here, I could use your help.
away from me, stupid thing! Is it gone? Steer clear of Tor Dreyok, stranger. Those strange motes are everywhere. I saw one of them turn a cow into a person. I'm getting out of here before one of them gets me. I'm not spending the rest of my days as a farm animal. I don't know. I was just trying to cut through the area around the old wizard's tower there when I spotted those strange motes. It was chaos. Unnatural things started No, not that I've ever seen. And I take that shortcut almost every day. The Magister who lives there and his Khajiit assistant, Ember, are nice enough. I hope they're all right. But I'm not crazy enough to go back. You look brave. Maybe you could...
Get back here, you stupid thing!
I hope you don't mind me saying so, but you look like someone who's good at cleaning up messes. I've got a big one for you, if you're up for it. I'd pay you for your time, but I need someone quick on their feet. This mess... I was experimenting with a spell while my mentor, Magister Iren, was away, but the magic went awry. If it doesn't get dealt with, it's going to spread beyond this area and harm a bunch of innocent people. I can't fix it on my own. I need to develop a counterspell. But first, the protective wards around the area need to be restored by someone other than myself, so I don't taint the magic. That's where you come in. Like I said, if you help, hold still. You'll need this unless you want to spend the next few hours as a sheep. Not as glamorous as it sounds. And here, take these crystals. Mostly they serve to keep errant magic inside Tordryak's boundaries. You know, the standard 3 points of protection thing. Unfortunately, my spell kicked those wards in the teeth. They're not protecting anything now. The name's Ember. Well, technically it's a nickname, but it's all I use. I'm Magister Iren's apprentice. I think he regrets taking me on sometimes, but he's got a big heart. He saw that I had no formal training and told me to come here to learn. This is Tordryok. There's a big wizard's tower. You can't miss it. I've been living there with Magister Iren, plus a few people who keep up the grounds and the tower itself. All of whom have been affected. The spell I created has my magical mark on it, if that makes sense. There are certain types of magic that can be affected by their creator, intentionally or not. Messing with forces already attuned to you can have unpredictable results. Exactly. Magic is powerful and great and all that, but it can be pretty sensitive. Here we are. I'm going to cast a little... That's one ward restored. Let's go fix the next one. It's in the glade just west of here. I really should have paid more attention to Magister Iren when he was explaining how these protective wards work. I should have paid more attention to him in general, actually. Unfortunately, no. The wards are just to keep the unstable magic inside the bounds of Tordrea. That way, I can work on a counterspell without worrying about the original spell spreading. Magister Iren made sure I knew what they were and what purpose they served as soon as he took me on as an apprentice. He wanted me to be familiar with as much as Tordryok as possible, or at least the parts that keep it safe. Here we are. I'll make sure. Oh, you're a natural. Maybe you should have been Magister Iren's apprentice. The last ward is south of here, inside a cave. This is the last one. Let's get this over with quick. Place the ward in. That's all the wards. Let's talk outside. I need to figure out what to do next. I know my rogue spell is to blame for most of the weirdness happening around Tordreok, but it almost seems like these damned moats are becoming dangerous. They're doing... I'm not sure. The moats aren't new. They're always hanging around Tordreok. I think they're drawn to places like this. But there was nothing in my spell that should have... Yes, I can make traps to contain them, but I'm still worried about their behavior. While I work on the traps, could you head into the tower and look to Magister Iren's things? He might have a book with more... See if you can find anything in the tower about the moats. I'll meet you there and start on the traps.
This is ridiculous. I knew Magister Iren should never have taken in a mangy cat like you.
Relax, Huldressa. I'm working on it.
You better work fast, because when Magister Iren... What the... Oh!
All right. That was a little funny. You in here? Did you find anything useful about the moats? I finished the traps. Once we set them up, they should take care of the moats. Then I can sort out the livestock in Huldressa, and at some point create a counterspell to fix everything. Oh, I read that one, with the Wind Sorrow Lady, right? Oh, what if my spell disturbed her and that's why the moats are acting up? That's troubling. And the traps are finished, but the livestock and Huldressa are still a problem. I want to figure out a way to return them all to their natural forms before the illusion does any damage. Could you set the... Here, I'll mark some places to set the traps. They're in a pack by the work tables outside. While you do that, I'll... Good luck setting up the traps. I'll meet you by the livestock pens when you're finished. All right, let's get... You're back! The traps worked, didn't they? See? I told you I know what I'm doing. I made something. I know it looks like a spoon, but, well, technically it is a spoon, but I enchanted it. And I call it the Spoon of Undo. I just tested it on those chickens. It removes the illusions perfect. Normally I wouldn't bother, but illusions can be disorienting and cause terrible headaches. I don't want any of the animals suffering while I come up with my counterspell. Here, take the Spoon of Undo. If you could run around and fix the livestock and Hildressa, that will give me a chance to finally whip up. Just look around for people making animal noises. I'm sure they won't be hard to find. And tell them I'm sorry when you change them back, would you? As for Hildressa, I'm all in favor of leaving her as a guar. It sounds cute when you say it. It's a pretty simple reversing enchantment. It should counteract the magic from the moats, and, well, they're still animals. They might run around a bit, but I doubt they'll make it too difficult for you. They're not exactly geniuses. Personally, if I was a sheep and got turned into a human, I wasn't trying to turn animals into people, I swear. I had a theory about animating the inanimate. One of Magister Irin's texts gave me the idea. Well, I'm hoping to avoid that scenario. But if it does, I'll be in the tower working on the counterspell. Come find me when you're done.
Was I just a guar? This is all Emma's fault.
Fish biscuits. That wasn't right. I assume Hildressa is back to her charming self? I've run into a problem. I have good news and bad news. The good news is that I've nearly finished my counterspell, but I need to find a tome called the Mirrored Way. Because if the Mirrored Way isn't with the rest of his things, it's probably locked away in his arcane library. Magister Irin has warned me not to enter his library 1,000 times. But these are special circumstances. Once we find the Mirrored Way in Magister Irin's library, I can finish my counterspell. I just hope the old man wasn't serious about putting something dangerous inside to keep me out. He was definitely kidding. Had to. Not sure. I picked the lock on the place as soon as I figured out he didn't want me getting in there. He's since put up protections and told me to stay out unless I have his permission. I'm sure it wasn't hard. Mages like Magister Irin tend to think in very magical ways. They'll put magicked reinforcements over every inch of a place. But forget, a few pins and a good ear can foil them. Necessity. I wasn't exactly raised in the lap of luxury. Not even in the lap of genteel poverty, for that matter. You get good at things like that if you don't want to be hungry. Or caught by guards or angry merchants. Follow me. The library is downstairs. Give me just a moment to pick the lock. All right, let's get in and out as quick as we can. I don't sense anything. Maybe the old man was bluffing. Fish biscuits!
I warned you, Ember.
This spell is specifically targeting me. I'll figure out a way down. You just focus on getting the book. That's it! You got it! Now, let's get out of here before I set off something else. Magister Irin really didn't want me getting in there, huh? I have to admire the dedication. I didn't know the old man had it in him. He had something to target me specifically. What a sneaky old goat. Good thing I had you with me. You managed to get the book, right? Let me see it. Let me take a look. No, not that. That would be bad. What about... 2 different arcane glyphs. They do entirely different things when written and pronounced aloud. The second one is what I need for my counterspell. Now, all that's left is to get to the old... The counterspell should set everything right in Tordreyak. Things will be just as Magister Irin left them, and I won't have to face his furrowed brow. I'll need your help at the ritual site. Casting a spell this big is a 2-person job. The old ritual circle is a place of power, and I'm going to need all the help I can get. I plan to draw on the magic there to help strengthen my counterspell. Magister Irin told me about it. I wish you could, but since this is my spell, I think it's safer if I'm the only one who messes with it. But I appreciate the thought. Believe me, I'm still going to need your help when we... Maybe? Old tales and myths always start from some truth at some point in time. The moats around here seem to be affected by more than my spell. If luck is with us, maybe just some irritated wildlife we can deal with as we've done before. Or some of the bolder moats. But the ritual circle is just up the hill. I'll meet you there. First, we need to set the ritual flames. There's 3 around the site.
Disturb not my rest.
Light the 3 ritual flames here. I'll get the ones on the altar. It's done! The spell is set. Follow me. We should be able to see it materialize. Any second now! We did it! Come on, let's get back to the tower.
Under these conditions, I was turned into a guar. A guar!
Of course, full dresser. I promise to address the situation.
See that you do.
Huldressa sold me out, didn't she?
Let me speak. So, you were witness to the events here, and as I understand it, you had a hand in bringing them to an end. For that, I thank you. And if you'll... I don't know what I expected, leaving her to her own devices here, even temporarily. Ember and Trouble are old friends. I can still feel the repercussions of this spell gone. I see. As trying as she can be, she truly is a talented mage. She can be impatient, but given her natural inclination to magic, it's understandable. I took her in because I knew I couldn't leave someone as skilled and impulsive as her to her own devices. But I have neither the time nor aptitude to teach her properly. It's my own failing. Speak to her, would you? I must collect my thoughts. Don't worry, Ember isn't in any trouble. While I am not pleased about my traumatized cook, I must concede that everything is back in order and the consequences of Ember's magic weren't dire. I don't mean to give the impression that Ember is incapable of learning. That's not the case. She's a bright mage, one of the brightest I've ever seen. Everything I've taught her, she's taken to like flame to parchment. Just like a flame, Ember wants to devour everything around her. Her appetite for knowledge is ceaseless. That's good quality in a mage, but not necessarily one I'm equipped to deal with. Exactly right. Ember needs someone who can keep up with her. Someone who thrusts themselves headlong into adventure so that she may temper herself and her magic beside them. Perhaps when I was younger, I could have been that for her, but not now.
Hey, you! Let's talk while Magister Irin collects his thoughts. I thought Magister Irin would be as mad as a wet dragon, but he looks amused. It's probably because he's wanted to turn Huldressa into a guar at some point. He just won't admit it. And the fact that we fixed it all before he got here helped. Well, I've been thinking. I'm grateful to Magister Irin, but sitting and reading about magic has little appeal to me. This whole thing just proved to me that I'm too restless here. I want to do magic, not just study it. Go on adventure. I think it's time. I've been given good training here, but I still have a lot to learn. For me, the best teachers are curiosity and experience. I learn best by doing, so I need to get out in the world and continue my training. Ember the Sorcerer. I like the sound of that, but that can come later. First, take this. It's not much, but you deserve it. I think we made a good team today. If you ever need a sorcerer who has your back, let me know. We'd have some... Magister Irin, I'm grateful for your teachings and your patience, but I think it's time for me to move on.
The world is an excellent teacher for one of your talents, Ember. You can frighten me occasionally.
I should go pack my things. And say goodbye to Huldressa. Not a chance.
I knew you missed me. Hey, you. Everything all right?
Welcome to Cyrodiil, soldier. Here to help out. First, you need training. It starts with an easy task. If you think you don't need training, speak with Grand Warlord Sorkelin. Only she can excuse you.
Hold a moment, Walker. The Dominion needs you.
Greetings. I guard this transitor shrine for the Dominion. Do you have questions for me? Transitor shrines are the fastest way to travel among our castles and gates, unless the links between them are broken. A castle's transitus link is broken if all of its resources, farm, mine, and lumber mill, are owned by the enemy, or if the castle...
Hold a moment, soldier. Our conquest of the Imperial City is underway, soldier. That's the spirit. Our sappers have established a forward base in the city's sewers. The position is defensible, but they need more troops. Here, I'll mark it on your map. War is certainly good for business. We're having trouble keeping... About time. I almost gave this to someone else.
Very flammable materials here. Watch your tail. Ah, good. Our Karen promised these yesterday. We are always running low. Siege weapons are fascinating, yes? There is much to learn. There are several types, each very useful in its way. To learn about rams and flaming oil... Of course, Walker. The range is here for that. Spend time with each weapon, firing at the targets we have set up. So soon you've learned all there is. Good. You can buy these weapons from siege. You should also know how to repair walls, doors, and siege engines. Enemies will batter our castle walls. Driving off attackers is always the first step. Then, repair kits can fix some of the damage, yes?
Greetings, soldier. You are always welcome here, warrior. At the Elder Scroll Temple of Nem, Protector Arfir waits. She has much...
Greetings, soldier. You stand in a holy place. The Elder Scrolls are a sacred charge of the Old Mary Dominion. We must keep the... Every member of the Dominion should cherish the Elder Scrolls. Our sacred trust to protect them must be our primary focus. The scrolls contain records of all past and future events, but they cannot be read without a severe price, madness, blindness. The temples are holy places, created as housing for the scrolls to honor and protect. The Grand Warlord orders these attacks. Access to each scroll is blocked by a gate. To unlock it, both castles protecting it must be taken away from the alliance that... The Elder Scroll must be taken from its temple and brought to one of our 6 original castles. Once there, it must be placed upon a scroll pedestal. Needless to say, capturing an Every Elder Scroll we hold grants power to all the soldiers of our alliance. This is another reason our enemies cannot be allowed to keep any of them. Books in this temple contain information about the scrolls, if you wish to know more. When you are done here, go speak with Grand Warlord Sokolin. Anything else you need to know about the war, she can tell you.
You are near the end of your training, soldier. We have yet to explain the tactics used to capture the enemy's... Defenders must be overcome, and our banner must be raised on the flagpole. For castles, we must breach walls or sunder gates to reach the heart of the enemy's stronghold. We are the only alliance fit to rule Cyrodiil. Taking the enemy's castles and resources is the way to prove this. Your participation in these actions enables you to acquire equipment and weapons from... I determine the goals of the Dominion army in Cyrodiil. Vilya carries my orders to General Thoron and General Ataba, who post them on the mission boards.
Sorry, soldier. Very busy here right now. New recruit, eh? Then you need to know about our mission boards. The bounty and scouting boards are on either side of me. Every so often, Sorkelin sends Vilya over with new missions. I post them. Bounty missions are simple. Kill enemy soldiers. If you kill enough of them, come back for a reward. General Ataba supervises the other missions. Speak with her to learn about them.
Maces, swords, axes. Whatever happened to bludgeoning someone to death with a wheel of...
Tis a fine day for war, yes? It is good that he did so, as the battle and warfront missions are under Ataba's care. Battle missions send groups of soldiers to capture valuable enemy resources, yes? The farm, lumber mill, and mine around each warfront missions are Ataba's favorites. These are major attacks to capture. The rest is best learned through experience. The mission board...
I tell you, soldier, a city like this, it's just foul. The stench in these sewers, what have these people been eating? Hate to say it, but it might be better to let it go to oblivion. Mind you, those aren't my orders, though. Huh. Lured with promises of plunder, eh? Or are you one of those banner-rattling idealists? Sorry to say you'll be disappointed on both counts. We're holed up in a stinking sewer. That should give you some idea. Got enemies lurking in every dark corner. Sneaky pack skirmishes and those... So you're not running for the hills, eh? Going to stay and fight? All right then, let's get to work. I need you to help clear this place out. We've barely got enough room to breathe. Simple as that. War is a game of numbers, friend. I'm sure I don't need to convince you that the... One last thing. There's a woman here in the city, a Dragon Guard warrior calling herself the Drake of Blades. She's brought us some
Meet me among the tradesmen.